Hey guys, KylaTea here. And this video, along with another one that I plan to do down the line, are dealing with art and work specifically. And this video is for those of us who do art but also have jobs that require us to be rather physically intensive, especially with our hands. You do a lot of typing all day maybe, or you do construction, or maybe you do like warehouse work. I don't know, but your hands are going through a lot of stuff every day, especially if it's a constant strain like that. I know back at my old job, I was doing data entry, typing forms back to back to back to back for like 3 hours straight, with like one 15-minute break, then another 2 hours straight, and then another 15-minute break. And it kind of went like that till the day was up. And that wasn't really healthy for my hands. And I got a lot of, not a lot of sprains, but like a lot of just really bad times because I'm already dealing with a tunnel. Not carpal tunnel, but a cuspidal tunnel, which is I have a pinched nerve in my elbow, and that nerve runs up through my hands. And I have this in both arms. I am that blessed, yes. So I have to make sure, especially, that I'm not putting too much strain on my elbow. So I have to reposition how I'm like, I can't hold my head in my hands for too long. I can't rest my elbow like on the car door for too long or on a windowsill too long, because that creates strain and that can affect my hands. As well, I can't be too physically strenuous with my hands. And at the old job I was at, typing all day, that really did a number on me. So I had to come up with ways of trying to re-strengthen my hands. Like, especially when I would type for so long and I had to bring out my hand braces, which actually brings up point number one. Hand braces, especially if you have like carpal tunnel, a cuspidal tunnel, or another like maybe joint issue with your hands or fingers. Wrist braces or arm brace, well, not arm braces, but depending, because I do have a brace that I sleep in, but those can help, especially when you push yourself too far. It allows your wrist and your hand to stay in a neutral position and not allow for too much movement while your body kind of heals itself. I would recommend like stocking up on. I had one that was a bit more flexible that I could move around a little bit more in, so if I needed to work and still wear a brace, I could do that. And I had one that was much more rigid, like it was hard line, my hand would not move. This was for when I had downtime, when I knew I wasn't going to be using my hand, because of course the hand that would get the most strain is my right hand. That's my dominant hand. And I had to make sure that if I was going to put on that harder brace, that I was not going to be doing anything for a while. Whereas the softer brace, that worked a bit better, especially if I still had to type. And also I invested in a sleep brace for when just those days where my hand was just it was going through it. And the interesting thing about sleep braces is that they're a little bit more cushiony. At least the one that I had, it was a little bit more cushiony, and I guess it's because your sleep, your muscles relax. But yeah, that one was nice, but I do recommend that. As well, if you are at work and you have breaks in between, you can do wrist exercises. Sorry, slur my words a little bit. But there are plenty of classic ones that you can do, of course. The extended arm one, where you extend your arm with your palm facing toward the ceiling. And with your free hand, you press your fingers down toward the floor. And then you hold your fingers back toward your body, and you hold it for like about 10 to 20 seconds, sometimes 30. I often would do kind of like I would hold my hand out in front of me, my arm extended, and kind of move each finger down like I was counting. So start with my thumb, go 1, then my index 2, middle finger 3, kind of like that, and then just keep going like that to kind of wake my fingers up and to get a bit of joint stress out. Oftentimes my fingers would lock up, especially if I was typing for so long. So that helped a bit. Another one is the clenched fist exercise, which is something that I know my doctor recommended, especially because I have the pinched nerves. I could lose some strength in my hands, and it's actually happened to my mother. Although she does not have what I have, other medical issues that she does have required her to have. I'm saying have too many damn times, but she got hand surgery a couple of years ago, and because of that she lost a lot of strength in her hands. So she and I do a lot of hand exercises, and this is the one that we both do often. So while you're sitting down, hold your hand open with your palms up, and then close your hand slowly into a fist, but don't clench so tightly. Don't clench like a dead man. Just hold it like you would a normal fist. And then with your forearms touching your legs, raise your fist off of your legs and back toward your body, bending at the wrist. Now note that your hand's going to be laying on your thigh before you clench it into the fist, by the way. But then you're going to hold it, and then you're going to lower your wrist slowly and open your fingers out. This exercise works great as well. If you don't want to go through all of that, just stress ball every now and again, that works. Also for me, I know personally, cracking my knuckles a little bit helped. Just kind of going in and out, clenching them in a fist-like motion helped as well. But those are just a few exercises that I did at work and out of work to help. And one thing that I think a lot of us forget is the aftercare when we get home. The braces and everything and the exercise is fine, but also take time to pamper your hands. So one thing that I did do, especially when it got colder out, as it is now that I'm recording this, is that when I got home, I would run hot water, make sure that it was really hot, and then slowly add in the cool water to get a nice warm, nice sink full of warm water. And I would put my hands in that and just let them soak for a bit and let my muscles relax in the warm water. And then I would sometimes, especially if it had been a rough day, I have a hand sugar scrub that I would use to kind of like soften my hands and also pamper myself a bit and kind of massage my hands and massage the tension out of them and everything. And I've felt that was like really good, just because that hot water or that warm water really relaxed the muscles. And you just sit there, I don't know, have a podcast going, watch a YouTube video, maybe one of mine, and yeah, just sit there and kind of, treat your hands right. You don't have to do this every day. Like I said, I only did it on really rough days and on Fridays, and even now I have a job that is very labor intensive, and it's about to be more labor intensive with my hands. Before it was just like labor intensive on how it made my hands look like my hands are getting rougher, everything that's, whatever. But now I'm going to start typing again, and that's where it's like, oh, okay, time to get out this old bag of tricks. So yeah, I thought that since I'm going back into that area, that I would share with you all these tips and tricks that I have learned. And I hope that if you are experiencing the same thing that I am, or if you're in a field where your hands are like really under some strenuous things, that this helps you out. And as always, these are just suggestions. Please do not take my word or these suggestions over whatever your medical professional, your doctor, the doctor that you talk to at the clinic, you know, if a medical professional told you something different, then please put their opinion before mine, because they have the degree. I would hope that they know what they're talking about. So please just take this as suggestion. And speaking of, do any of you wonderful people have any suggestions about hand exercises? What do you do? You know, how do you treat your hands, especially as an artist, because these are our money makers. And yeah, if you like this video and you want to see more, then please hit subscribe and also hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't like this video, you could hit thumbs down. It's okay. You won't hurt my feelings. I understand. If you want to contact me on other social media platforms, the links to those will be down in the description box below. And yeah, I will see you all in another video. Bye.